I'll be with you in just a little bit. I'm catching up on the news. I was gone for a couple weeks. Oh, hey, Seahawks won the Super Bowl. Geez, I have been out of touch. Hey, everybody, back at it. It is Monday, 16th day of February, 2026. I'm Dan Kuntz. This is Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, back from my assignment. Thanks to Josie Meats for covering me in week one, and my good friend Eric Granstrom for covering for me last week. I am back at it. A little rusty. Bear with me. We'll make it happen. I gotta have my A game today because we got royalty in the house. As you know by now, we have a royal court for the 107th edition of the Washington State Apple Blossom Festival, as we've been doing for a number of years. The Monday after the royalty selection pageant presented by Cashmere Valley Bank, they come and pay us a visit. Queen Brielle Precht will be here, Princess Kaylee Pearsons, Princess Parker Averi in our studios in the back half of the program for a live interview. They had a pretty good Saturday night, as you might imagine. Weather is going to be active. Temperatures are going to be below normal. We're going to get some snow probably next week, maybe a little bit this week. Forecast details are coming up, but no 2 days are going to be alike. For the next 7 or 8 days, we'll have all of that, plus whatever news we can cram in, an opinion from Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and local sports as well. It's going to be a busy, busy Monday, and it's going to take me a couple of days to get back into the swing of things, so bear with me. All right, cameras around the valley. Let's do it. There is the Wenatchee Valley. There's the low clouds and the fog. We are right at the 32-degree mark, and we are the cool spot right now. Everybody else around us is considerably warmer. It's already 37 out at Moses Lake. Omak, a little bit warmer, 34 degrees. We hit 44 yesterday. We're not going to see 44 for an afternoon high for a while yet. We're going to see highs more like in the 30s. Good morning to Leavenworth. These longer days are definitely noticeable because I've been gone for 2 weeks. By the way, I was in Arizona, my traditional trip down to the desert to get out of just to get out of here for a little while and enjoy some nice weather. Good morning to Leavenworth. Yeah, longer day. Sunrise right about now, 7:04. Sunset tonight, 5:26. 10 hours, 22 minutes of daylight. That's a lot. We're gaining over 3 minutes of daylight now every day. The Lower Butte camera up Chelan Way. Good morning to you folks. There's the Three Fingers project, the marina. Beautiful downtown Chelan. You can see exactly where the clouds are hanging over the Chelan Valley. Good morning to you folks there. And let's see what Cashmere looks like. Well, it looks pretty much the same as it did 2 weeks ago, the last time I was here. That's from Stein Hill. You can see the golf course. You can see the fairgrounds. You can see pretty much all of Cashmere pointed directly towards the Wenatchee area on this President's Day. It's President's Day, of course. Banks are closed, no school, no government, that kind of stuff, no mail for President's Day, but it is not a holiday here, so we're going to work, but we're not going to work real hard. We got this to show for you from the National Weather Service. Snow, you can see maybe an inch here in the Wenatchee Valley. Some badly needed snow is finally going to make its way into the Cascades. It's been a bad year for them. Whatever snow we get today or tomorrow is not going to last very long, but our afternoon high temperatures and our overnight lows are going to be considerably below normal, about 10 degrees below normal by the middle of the week. Best chance for snow is actually going to be on Saturday and Saturday night. We're going to have measurable snow in the valley Saturday night into early Sunday morning, and they say the long-term forecast, and we'll get into this with more detail on Tuesday, they say the long-term forecast is calling for considerably colder and wetter weather, including some snow, measurable snow right here in the valley. Keep in mind, as you look at your highs and your lows, that our normal high this time of the year is 42, so yep, a cold snap. Your forecast brought to you by our friends at Colonial Vista Senior Living in Wenatchee. It's where comfort, care, and community come together. Rain-snow mix possible. Right now, the snow level is about 1,000 feet. Going to go up to 1,700 feet this afternoon. Lots of clouds, high of about 38 degrees. 60% chance of some kind of precipitation. They will be dry but cool. Partly sunny Tuesday, 38 for the afternoon high. Tuesday night, clouds are back, 26 for the overnight low. Partly sunny Wednesday, the quietest day of the week, 37 for the afternoon high. And again, our normal high is 42, and our normal high will get higher as we get deeper into February. And then we start talking about a little bit of snow. There's a slight chance of some snow Thursday morning. Probably not on Friday. And then Saturday, we have about a 40% chance of snow. As you can see, we're only going to get to 34 degrees, so it may stick around, certainly in the upper elevations. Chance of snow on Sunday, and as I mentioned already, National Weather Service says it's going to be very unsettled and cold and wet next week. We're going to take a break and come back with your Monday morning news. You're watching a President's Day edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Your favorite local channel is now available for free on your smart TV and connected streaming devices. Watch live programming and catch up with the latest shows on demand. See the local stories that matter to you. NCW Life, now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
Hi, I'm Amanda Walden with A. Walden Insurance Group. Medicare can be overwhelming, but you don't have to figure it out alone. I've been helping people understand their Medicare options for over a decade. Medicare isn't a one-size-fits-all. I'll help you understand your coverage options so you can feel confident in your decisions. Let's find the right Medicare plan for you. Call me today or come and see me at my office located on South Chelan Avenue in Wenatchee between the YMCA and the Social Security office. I look forward to meeting you soon.
Fibercrete fireproof safety rooms can be the difference between life and death for you and your family. Typical fireproof safety rooms are 8x8 Fibercrete panels providing a solid sanctuary. Fibercrete safety rooms can be above ground, buried underground, or built within new home construction. Best of all, a safety room by Fibercrete is very affordable. Call 360-770-2088. You owe it to your family to find out more about Fibercrete safety rooms.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether, we provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
It's overcast, 34 degrees. Could see a little precipitation sometime throughout the course of the day today. Pretty unsettled weather, considerably cooler temperatures, both for our afternoon highs and the overnight lows. Get ready for some measurable snow that may stick around for a while by the time we get to the weekend. It's just about 8 minutes after the hour. The city of Wenatchee is now the latest to sign on to Chelan County's Comprehensive Emergency Management Plan. It's a 700-page document. It covers all possibilities for public response to a major disaster, anything from wildfires to cyber attacks, all the way to a tsunami. The county's emergency management office is the lead agency in drafting the plan, and all the municipalities are required by law to adopt an updated document at least every 5 years. And on Thursday night, the Wenatchee City Council did exactly that at the recommendation of Police Chief Edgar Reinfeld. The document has already been adopted by the smaller cities throughout Chelan County. City of East Wenatchee going to close a portion of 5th Street Northeast. Starts this morning, as a matter of fact. They're going to do some infrastructure projects in the area. Over the next several months, the city will carry out construction between Jonathan Street and James Street and between Grover Street and Eastmont Avenue. Now, the closure between Grover and Eastmont, that started, or slated anyway, to begin this morning. It's supposed to be completed by mid-May. And then over the course of the project, the city will add pedestrian and bicycle infrastructure and lighting and a 4-way traffic light at the intersection of 5th and Eastmont. The work is scheduled to be complete come September. Jane and Kevin Vituli, they're the creators of Nick's Bricks, the Lego event. They've been named the Grand Marshals for the 2026 Apple Blossom Youth Parade. The Vituli's son, Nicholas, died in 2016 at the age of 24. The following year, the couple established the Nicholas H. Vituli Memorial Fund, and they created Nick's Bricks. It's an annual event that welcomes hundreds of kids and families to celebrate Lego play and STEM education. The Youth Parade Grand Marshal is selected through nominations. It can be individuals, organizations, or businesses or families that have made a positive impact on the youth in our valley. The Vitulis will preside over the 10-plex Youth Parade, which is set for Saturday, April 25th. And the Building Better Tomorrows Foundation is sponsoring an instrument drive to benefit local student musicians. It's a nonprofit. It was founded in honor of the late Barbara Tilley. She was a philanthropist, wife of former Wenatchee Mayor Earl Tilley, who was also a pianist and the president of the Wenatchee Valley Symphony. The foundation seeks used musical instruments that can be refurbished. The donations will then be distributed to music students in the Wenatchee, East Wenatchee, and Cashmere school districts. If you have an old instrument you're not using anymore, you can drop it off at Grace Lutheran Church on Washington Street here in Wenatchee, and of course, cash donations are accepted as well. I'm starting to figure out what I do. That's the news at 11 minutes after the hour. Luckily, Grant knows what he's doing, so I'm told. He'll be anchoring the newscast tonight at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock. 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock, the NCAA Life Evening News. Tune in on those times on TV, but if that doesn't work in your schedule, and we get it, people are busy, our news will be posted and running on our YouTube page right around 5 o'clock. We'll put a link in our Facebook page. Don't forget, we stream on our website all the time, ncwlife.com. That baby got to work out on Saturday night. Everybody watching the royalty selection pageant. We didn't break the internet, but we came close. And if you want to break the internet, send us an email. news@ncwlife.com. Sports is next. You're watching a Monday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
We've all dreamt of moving somewhere new. But what are home prices like? How are the schools? What are the state income taxes? And how's the weather? For all your questions, the Coldwell Banker Move Meter has answers. It's the only tool that lets you compare cities by cost and quality of living, so you can get a better idea of what your dream looks like and start making it come true. The Move Meter, only from Coldwell Banker. Live well with Coldwell.
Between juggling groceries, preparing meals, and lending a helping hand, you're a hero without a cape. But who's there to support you? Aging and Adult Care honors caregivers like you, the relatives, friends, and neighbors, helping loved ones remain safely at home. Aging and Adult Care offers chore services, respite, personal care, and more. Serving Chelan, Douglas, Grant, Lincoln, Adams, and Okanagan counties, call Aging and Adult Care at 1-800-572-4459 for caregiver support.
Welcome to Mountain Chick Floral, your go-to flower and plant shop in downtown Wenatchee. Explore their wide variety of unusual and fun plants. And when you buy a plant in a container, they'll pot it up for you absolutely free. Birthday or weddings, they'll create the perfect floral arrangement for you. Brighten up your office with fresh blooms delivered to your door or business. Ask about floral subscriptions. Visit Mountain Chick Floral today, where every occasion is a reason to celebrate with flowers.
Apple Valley Honda is bringing the future of driving to you. Introducing the all-new, all-electric Honda Prologue EV. Say goodbye to gas stations and hello to a whisper-quiet ride and zero emissions. The wait is over. Finally, a local option for a quality EV from a brand with a track record of exceptional quality and reliability. Experience the Honda Prologue EV for yourself at family-owned Apple Valley Honda. Stay close to home and visit us at Apple Valley Honda today for the life you live.
13 minutes after the hour, sports. It's ladies first around here. So here's your women's college basketball scoreboard from yesterday. I want to point out the Huskies in their victory over Oregon yesterday. They went out to a 15-1 lead. The Huskies did, and then after that, it was just a slog. It was not a particularly pleasant game to watch, but the number 25 Huskies knocked off their rivals, the Oregon Ducks. That was yesterday. On Saturday, Gonzaga lost, upset by Loyola Marymount. Men's college basketball. All the games were on Saturday. Number 12 Gonzaga won again. That's 25 victories in the season again for Gonzaga. That continues their NCAA record. They knocked off Santa Clara. Huskies beat the Minnesota Golden Gophers. Eastern Washington beat Weber State 84-66. Let's move on to prep girls basketball. For the Big Nine, the regular season came to an end. Over the weekend, Davis proved why they're the number one team in the state. They had no problems with the Wenatchee Panthers. Sunnyside knocked off Moses Lake 46-40. And then in a play-in game, because they were tied, the Panthers beat Moses Lake on Saturday 37-34. So for Moses Lake, their season comes to an end. Wenatchee will play a play-in game tomorrow afternoon. In the girls 1A District 5 tournament, Zilla knocked off Cashmere 74-29. Cascade over Kai B 72-62. Omak, their season comes to an end. Natchez Valley beat them 36-34. In the 2B District 5 tournament, Okanagan knocked off Kittitas 44-35. Brewster rolled over Mabton 86-27. Cle Elum knocked off Lake Roosevelt 81-62. All 6 of those teams there are still alive. However, the 1B District 5 tournament, Waterville-Mansfield rolled over Wilson Creek 69-23. Pateros beat Moses Lake Christian 62-18. All of those teams are still alive. Let's move on to the boys. Again, it was the end of the regular season over the weekend for the Columbia Basin Big Nine. Davis Pirates knocked off the Panthers on Friday 58-37. Moses Lake beat Sunnyside 72-64. Wenatchee and Eastmont will do play-in games tomorrow. The boys 2A District 5 tournament, Quincy season comes to an end. Ellensburg beat them by 9, 62-53. Prosser knocked off Othello 91-65. In the 1A District 5 tournament, undefeated Zilla dispatched Kashmir 75-56. Royal beat Chelan 81-59. Connell eliminated Omak 80-40, but Kashmir and Chelan are still alive in the tournament with a shot to state. In the boys 2B District 5 tournament on Friday, Warden knocked off Tenasket. It was Goldendale over Bridgeport. Tri-Cities Prep got off Liberty Bell, and on Saturday it was Okanagan over Kittitas. In the boys 1B District 5 tournament, Waterville-Mansfield knocked off Garden City Academy 48-40. Orville beat Wilson Creek 43-38. There are games today. Waterville-Mansfield will be at Moses Lake Christian at 6 o'clock, and then Orville will be at Aniat 1 hour earlier at 5 o'clock. Wenatchee Wild almost pulled off a weekend sweep. Didn't quite pull it off. It would have been nice to make them a little bit closer to the playoffs. They beat Kelowna 5-3 on Friday. And then Saturday, they beat Spokane 3-2 in Spokane. But yesterday, it was 2-2 going into the third period. But Spokane scored twice. Wenatchee didn't score at all. Spokane beat the Wild 4-2 yesterday, but they took 2 out of 3 over the weekend. Austin Friday will be my guest here tomorrow on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. And those are just some of the games that people are playing. So let's get to what is perhaps the strangest federal holiday of them all. It's the third Monday in February, which makes it President's Day. This is a strange holiday for any number of reasons. There's no universal agreement on what this day is even called. There's no universal agreement on what presidents are being honored. They can't even agree on something as simple as where the apostrophe goes in presidents. Now, as far as the U.S. government is concerned, as a federal holiday, and of course the states are not obligated to adhere to federal holidays, they all do anyway, most of them anyway, it's still officially Washington's birthday for you federal folks out there. And it's recognized in most states. We'll get to this. But it has 15 different names. This holiday has 15 different names among the states. Now, it was originally Washington's birthday, and it was always celebrated on Washington's birthday, February 22nd. That started in 1879 until 1970, and then to give federal workers a 3-day weekend in 1971 began the Uniform Monday Holiday Act, which means it's now always the third Monday in February, regardless of where George's birthday falls on. States that spell presidents with the apostrophe after the S. The apostrophe after the S. Hawaii, New Mexico, North Dakota, Oklahoma, we do here in Washington State, Vermont, Texas, South Dakota, and Pennsylvania. States that celebrate this birthday, but they put the presidents, they put the apostrophe between the T and the S and not after the S. Told you this gets complicated. That would be Alaska, Idaho, Maryland, Nebraska, New Hampshire, Tennessee, West Virginia, and Wyoming. Nevada and Oregon call it President's Day. They don't use an apostrophe at all. In Maine, it's Washington's birthday, President's Day. In Arizona, it's Lincoln Washington President's Day. In Virginia, it's George Washington Day. It's Washington's birthday in Connecticut, Florida, Illinois, Iowa, Louisiana, Massachusetts, Michigan, North Carolina, New Jersey, and New York. I hope you're paying attention because there's going to be a test later on. In Montana, it's called Lincoln and Washington's birthday. In Colorado and Ohio, it's Washington Lincoln Day. In Utah, today is Washington and Lincoln Day as opposed to a dash. Here's a difference. In Minnesota, it's Washington's and Lincoln's birthday. In Alabama, it's George Washington Thomas Jefferson Day. In Arkansas, it's Daisy Bates Day, in addition to George Washington's birthday. In California, they just use the generic term third Monday in February, and we have a lot to learn from Indiana, Georgia, In Delaware, they don't celebrate it at all. It's not even a holiday in Indiana, Georgia, and Delaware. They might be onto something if you have the day off today. Enjoy whatever the heck today is called. It's 20 minutes after the hour. Today in history, they knew the tomb from Tutankhamun was somewhere amongst the pyramids. They just didn't know where because he wasn't really considered much of a pharaoh. So they really didn't look for him a great deal. And then they found him. February 6th, 1923, 103 years ago today, Howard Carter finds and unseals the tomb of the pharaoh Tutankhamun, whose parents were siblings. Yeah. He was the pharaoh for about 10 years. He died at 19, and they buried him way off in the middle of nowhere. The big pharaohs, who were legends, they get the big tombs with all that stuff that goes with it. And they knew where all those were, and they had found them. They always knew there was a tomb to Tutankhamun. They just didn't know where it was at. It was way out of the way, so it remained undiscovered from the year 1324 BC on down. And then they found him, and now, because they found him and all the stuff that was with him, he's probably the most famous pharaoh of all time. And by that way, that famous gold mask of Tutankhamun, solid gold, and it weighs 22 pounds. What would that be worth on the open market? Anyway, they found the tomb. They weren't looking for it, but they found it on this date, 1923. Operation Sandblast. They had never done this before. It started on this date in 1960. A submarine would go all the way around the world, circumnavigate the entire planet, the entire globe, and never, ever surfacing. It took 84 days. They started on this date in 1960. It was the USS Triton. It left New London, Connecticut, and ended up in New London, Connecticut. It covered 26,723 nautical miles. And keep in mind, they never once surfaced. So you can imagine what that submarine probably smelled like when they were finally going back to port in New London, Connecticut, after all that time under the sea. All of a sudden, I want to sing. They started their little journey on this date in 1960. Happy birthday, 9/11, Haleyville, Alabama, the birthplace of 9/11. 911, the emergency dispatch system, went online on this date in 1968 in Haleyville, Alabama. Most 911 calls are not emergencies. More than half are actually not emergencies. They're just not. In 2015, a woman in Ohio was arrested because she called 911 to complain about her Chinese food. You're not supposed to do that. The FCC estimates that about half of all 911 calls in New York City are accidental. That translates to about 90 million wrong calls in New York City every year. We've mentioned this before. If you accidentally call 911, which in this case, in our neck of the woods would be Rivercom, don't hang up even if it's an accident, because they are required to call you back. So if you accidentally butt dial or whatever 911, or your kid picks up their phone and hits emergency 911, stay on the line so you can say it was a mistake, because they will call you back over and over and over again. And in some situations, and I learned this not long ago, 911 operators are trained to talk to you without you talking back. Say there's an intruder in your home, or you're having a stroke or something like that. You can communicate with the 911 dispatcher by using touch tone on your phone. That's pretty cool. Happy birthday, 911. I remember when that didn't exist. And 21 years ago today, the National Hockey League cancels the entire season. That is the Stanley Cup trophy from the 04-05 National Hockey League season. The NHL cancels the entire season, regular season and playoffs, among all the major professional sports leagues in North America. It is so far the only entire season wiped out because of a labor dispute. Yes, there have been strikes, there have been lockouts, what have you, but this was the first one where they just didn't play hockey at all in 04-05. I remember that. Birthdays, a couple of heavenly birthdays. His book, The Education of Henry Adams, won the Pulitzer Prize, and at the end of the 20th century, it was voted the greatest nonfiction book of the 20th century. I read it. It's good. Henry Adams wrote it. His paternal grandfather was John Quincy Adams. He was the President of the United States. His great-grandfather was John Adams. He was the President of the United States. So yeah, he came from pretty high society, and it is a very good book. Henry Adams, born in the state in 1838. One half of the McDonald's brothers, Richard and Maurice McDonald. Richard, born in the state in 1909, sold McDonald's to Ray Kroc in the early 60s for $1 million. Probably should have held on to a little stock. Richard McDonald, born in the state in 1909. And I got to meet this guy, Ice-T. You remember when they made that just awful, awful movie, Surviving the Game, here in the Wenatchee Valley? I got to meet Rutger Hauer. I got to meet F. Murray Abraham. I got to meet Gary Busey, although he doesn't remember me. But I got to meet Ice-T. He came into my record store. Really cool guy. I have an autographed picture of Ice-T somewhere. I don't know where. Anyway, great guy, lousy movie. He's 68 years old today. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. New logo, same great service. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. Gonna take a break. Got an opinion from my Mad Dog McNaughty, and then when we return, we're gonna replay you the magic moment on Saturday night when the Queen and the two princesses for the Apple Blossom Royal Court were crowned, and then they will be joining me live in this very studio right after that. You don't want to miss it. It's coming up. You're watching the President's Day edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
NCW Life channel is your local TV station. We believe in being the spotlight and mirror to the communities we serve in North Central Washington. Programming on NCW Life would not be possible without our sponsors. Special thanks to our platinum sponsor, Alpine Air. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air.
You trust the same doctor for your health and the same dentist for your smile. Trust Global Car Care to keep your vehicle running strong. We track your car's history so it gets the right care at the right time. With our 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty on parts and labor, you'll drive away with confidence. Global Car Care, your automotive experts. We service all makes and models, but specialize in Sprinter vans, Mercedes, Audi, Volkswagen, and BMW. Call or visit us today.
Hi folks, welcome to Save Mart. How can we help you today?
We're looking for a recliner.
Okay, right this way. Go ahead and move this chase on the other side. We can lift this up.
Great, I want that one. I would like that one.
That's a great choice.
And I want this one as well.
Okay.
And I definitely want this one.
Ooh. You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
For over 35 years, the Sangster family has been not only representing GMC, but the entire community.
As one of the few family-owned dealerships in Washington, you can count on our personal integrity, which has spanned over 3 generations, to ensure your satisfaction.
Sangster Motors stands behind everything we sell, from GMC professional-grade products and service from a professional-grade dealership.
Remember, caring about your family is what brings you back to ours.
I'm Jen Mueller. Watch for my show, I Cook, You Measure on NCW Life. It's part cooking instruction, part entertainment, and all about connecting over food and wine with your favorite Northwest athletes.
Watch I Cook, You Measure with Jen Mueller Mondays at 1, Wednesdays at 2, Fridays at 11 a.m., and Saturday and Sundays at 10:30 p.m. right here on the NCW Life channel.
This is Mike Mad Dog McNaughty, and everybody's entitled to my opinion. Now, Dan Kuntz, the host of this show, Wake Up Wenatchee, keeps nagging me to provide him with these opinions. Now, I need new ones, Mike, he says. I think Dan is afraid that this little daily bit I do, is the best part of his show, and the main reason why people tune in. Well, there may or may not be some truth to that. Danny Boy doesn't really have to be so insecure. He's a talented man himself. And I'm sure if he didn't run Everyone's Entitled to Mike McNaughty's Opinion, people would still watch his show. Some people. His relatives, maybe. Maybe. Well, this is Mike Mad Dog McNaughty, and that's my opinion.
Whether you're a new homeowner or looking to update, Save Mart in Wenatchee has everything you need. From top-of-the-line appliances to comfy mattresses and stunning furniture that fits your style, they have it all under one roof. With great deals and expert customer service, you'll find the perfect pieces for your space and your budget. Save Mart, your local destination for quality appliances, mattresses, and furniture at prices you'll love.
Your favorite local channel is now available for free on your smart TV and connected streaming devices. Watch live programming and catch up with the latest shows on demand. See the local stories that matter to you. NCW Life, now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we present to you Princess Parker Averi.
So all of a sudden I'm speechless. I would like to thank all of the Appalarians, Darcy, my chaperones, my friends and family for supporting me, and the girls behind me have been so influential in my life and such a great support system, and every single one of them deserve it. Everybody was confident. Everybody here is just amazing, and I bet this was the hardest choice. I would just like to say I'm very, very honored to be representing my valley, and I promise to take very good care of this position, and just thank you all.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now present to you Princess Kaylee Pearsons.
Thank you all so much. It's such an honor to be here and to be chosen amongst all of these incredible girls, like Parker said. I have to first give all glory to God. He's the reason I'm here. I just hope that throughout this process, I'm able to reflect His love and His kindness. I have to give big thanks to my family, especially my mom. They've been my biggest supporters throughout all of this, and I wouldn't be here without them. And to everyone who's ever said a kind word to me through this process, or a pat on the back, or a hug, or a text message, it has all been seen, it has all been appreciated, and it has inspired me so much. I really just hope that I can give back some of that love to our community.
And now, the 107th Queen to reign over the Washington State Apple Blossom Festival, and the winner of a $10,000 scholarship, Her Royal Highness, Queen Brielle Precht.
sun shines on today.
Oh my gosh, this is so surreal. I am shocked. Thank you. I want to start out, first of all, by thanking my mom. She has been my rock through this entire process, the one I go to if I'm ever doubting myself or whatever it may be. And she has truly supported me and been my biggest rock. I also want to give a big thanks to all of my family and my friends, and especially to the girls behind me, who have all been my support, who have listened to every wait, let me do my speech one more time, or whatever it may be. I'm so thankful, and most of all, I'm just so excited to help support this valley and to be the best person I can, and I'm so excited. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we present to you Princess Parker Averi, Princess Kaylee Pearsons, and Queen Brielle Precht, your royalty for the 107th Apple Blossom Festival. Let's hear it for your 2026 Washington State Apple Blossom Festival royalty.
It was quite a night at the America Performing Arts Center on Saturday night. We were proud to bring it to you again for like the 9th or 10th year in a row. I've lost track. The Royalty Selection Pageant presented by Kashmir Valley Bank. And here they are, the Royal Court on this Monday morning. And in case you just missed the last 6.5 minutes, you want to introduce yourselves all over again? I'll let Her Royal Highness begin.
I'm Brielle Precht.
I'm Kaylee Pearsons.
And I'm Parker Averi.
We'll start with you, Her Royal Highness, if I may call you that. Is it starting to soak in yet, or are you still a little bit surreal, as you mentioned on Saturday night?
I think it's definitely still a little bit surreal. I just can't even believe it, like when I'm in my house and it's like, wow, I'm Apple Blossom Queen. It's just really crazy. And I think it's set in a little bit, but it's still very surreal to me.
First person you think was your mom. She must have been, I don't even know how she responded to that.
I think I was told my parents just looked at each other in disbelief. And so I think they were really happy about it. But yeah, I think my entire family was like crossing their fingers. And so it was really cool.
The lovely young lady to your left, you took home some hardware before you were even into the top three. They kept giving you plaques like they were going to run out of time for that. You got two awards, right?
I did. I got the Community Involvement Award and the Achievement Award, which is really exciting.
Now, is that an additional $1,000 scholarship in addition to the $5,000 that you got for being a princess?
It is, yeah.
So you get $7,000.
I do.
Whoa,
yeah.
Cool. We'll talk about what they're going to do with that money, by the way, later on. And you, by the way, what time did you get to bed on Saturday? If you missed the actual broadcast, during the post-game show, if you will, with Eric and Queen Julie, you said you were going to go home and go to bed. Didn't quite pan out that way, did it?
No, it did not. I did not get to go to bed right away. I called a couple people. I said I was going to call my aunt first, and I did. And then I made sure to answer messages because I didn't want to leave anybody hanging. And then I ended up going to bed at 12:30.
That's not bad, considering. Yeah. What time, Your Royal Highness, what time did you finally make it off to Nodsville?
I think it was also 12:30. I was just up and like talking to people and responding to a lot of texts, and then I just rewatched the pageant I think like 3 times, and yeah, so it was probably about 12:30.
I went to bed a little bit earlier at 12. I tried to stay up because I was making my family watch Little House on the Prairie with me to celebrate, and then I fell asleep on the couch because I was so tired.
Well, congratulations to all three of you. Your impromptu, I can't believe I'm in the top 3 speeches were spot on. But that was pageant, and we need to stress this, and I talk about this every year, is you girls had you had a long day, all day Saturday. Pageant is 40% of the final tally as they add it all up. But the things that people don't get to see, it's not open to the public, are the 2 interviews that you did on Saturday morning and Saturday afternoon. So take us inside that. We'll start with you, Her Royal Highness. You did one-on-ones, and you also did panel interviews with the 5 judges. It's the 5 judges yourself and a couple of observers who don't get to participate in the process. People don't get to see that. Talk about, first of all, the morning interview and then the afternoon interview, and I'll have the 2 of you do that as well, because people don't get to see that. Talk about that one-on-one and the panel interviews.
Well, we started with a breakfast with the judges to start off, and then we went on a 5 5-on-1 in-person panel interview, and I think that was, for me, the scariest part. I'm usually pretty good with interviews, but I was just nervous about that. But it ended up going really well. They asked us really personal questions, and I didn't feel too stressed. And then we had our one-on-ones, which I think was our favorite part. It was in the restaurant of the Hilton Hotel, and we would just go from table to table and just talk with the judges for 10 minutes. And I think it was really fun because it was just a back and forth conversation.
Same question for you. How did the both the interview sessions go with you?
Yeah, I felt similar. We call it the panel interview when there's all 5 judges. It was a little scary because they were just asking me questions and it wasn't like a one-on-one conversation. So I really enjoyed getting to talk with each of them, and it just felt very relaxed, and it went way faster than I thought it would.
Did you have any idea that when it was all over that, hey, I think I did pretty good? Or did you really have any idea after Friday afternoon or Saturday afternoon?
You really can't tell. It's really difficult because you can't watch yourself. And so there's some things I would say where I was like, I talk so fast during that. That's way too fast. Or I stumbled over my words so much, but I don't know what it really looks like from an outsider's perspective.
And finally, same deal. How did walk us through your process for the morning and afternoon interviews?
The breakfast was really helpful for me because it was kind of an icebreaker and I got to know the judges a little bit. And then when I was in the waiting room before I was brought into my panels, I was very nervous and I was studying maybe facts I would need to know or just coming up with quick answers. And when I was in there, all of my stress went away and I felt really relieved afterward. And also, yeah, the one-on-ones was my favorite. And yeah, you kind of just don't know how you do. When I was home, my mom asked me, what did they ask you? What did you answer? And I was like, I don't remember it. I just talked. So that's kind of how it went for me.
The judges are fantastic, and I can tell you one thing from talking to royalty past and having royalty in the family. The judges can spot a phony in a heartbeat, and they know genuine people as opposed to, I really want this, but I'm also still a high school senior, and they take that into consideration. They did a great job, and that's a job I would not want to have, be a judge. Your Royal Highness, let's go to pageant. You did the show, you did the opening number, you had your formal speeches that you had prepared and rehearsed and rehearsed and rehearsed and rehearsed and rehearsed and rehearsed. Then you had the impromptu thing and the gowns, and then it goes to intermission, and your job is at that point essentially done. This question is for all 3 of you, but I'll let you go first. It's all over except the judging. The judges are sequestered. You're backstage. Did you think to yourself, wow, I might have a chance to make top 3? I mean, did that enter your mind at all?
I did think I had a chance, and I thought I did really well, but we didn't get to see how anybody else did, and so it's not like you can go and be like, oh, nitpick, oh, I can compare this way or that way. So you really have no clue, and I was like, well, I think I did well, but there's probably somebody that did better. And so, yeah, it's just, I was shocked. I was really surprised.
Yeah, we should point that out before you answer the question. When they do the impromptu part, when they're in their formal gowns, you girls are sequestered, so the other 9 candidates have no idea what you as a candidate or you as a candidate or you as a candidate knew what the question was or what their answer was, which is kind of a cool way to do it. Same deal. It's all over. All the ladies are backstage catching their breath and waiting for the big announcement. Did you have an idea that, hey, I might have a chance here?
Honestly, I stopped thinking about the pageant at that point. I just wanted to hang out with the other 9 girls for the last time or one of the last times. And I tried to just completely remove the pageant from my mind because it had been so long that day. And I was like, oh, I'm done. I can relax now. So
the same deal for you. Talk about it's all over except the announcement of who the royal court is. Did you have an idea that maybe you were top 3 stuff?
Yeah, I definitely thought I had a chance to make it into the top 3, but I also thought that everybody else had a chance. It was pretty close for me. I was to the point where I had no idea how it was going to turn out because I thought that everybody could get into the top 10 or top 3. And I was just not really focusing on it. I was having a dance party with the girls and taking pictures and keeping my mind off of it until we were up there on stage.
You were the first one. You were the second one. So now there's just the 8 of you or 7 of you holding hands. And the moment came, Your Royal Highness. And you're standing there, you're holding hands, the drum roll. What was going through your mind? So, well, it's one of the 7 of us.
I think for me, I ended up just being at the point, I think especially the last day, like the pageant day, I was just like, if I win or don't win, I am good either way. And I was obviously so excited to win, but if I didn't win, I was going to be really happy for somebody else. And so I was nervous, and I just wanted to see like who would win. I wasn't necessarily too concerned, oh, I need to win. I just wanted to see who would win. So it was really cool, and I just remember looking around, and I didn't think it would be me at all. I remember there were a few other girls, just based on these two that got picked. I was like, okay, I think it's going to be them. So I was really surprised when it was me.
Two of you were classmates at Eastmont, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And did you ladies know each other on a social basis before you got into the Apple Blossom thing?
Yes, we've had a couple honors classes. We went to Sterling together, and so we've always had classes together. So it's been really fun.
Cool. And now the real fun begins. You're crowned. You're the royal court. The Apple Blossom Festival is one of the very first festivals in the festival calendar. It's like the first or even second one, the last weekend in April and the first weekend in May. So right now is going to be about as quiet as it's going to get. So what are your marching orders now? You're going to have school plans and stuff, because you're not going to see your classmates very much for the rest of the school year with your busy schedule. I'll let you go first, Your Royal Highness. What happens now?
We have a appointment at Lizzie's after this, and thankfully we have the day off of school today, but I think it's just going to take a lot of time management and communicating with our teachers. I get to do running start, and so I kind of get to pick and choose my schedule. So I'll probably pick a little bit lighter of a load just for this spring, so I'm not so stressed out. But yeah, I think it's just going to take a lot of time management.
Yeah, I think the same. All three of us have a lot of stuff going on, and we do have a lot of schoolwork to get through, but we're very excited to be here, and I'm glad that I'm missing school for an opportunity as cool as this. So,
of course, there's no school today, but if there was school, what classes would you be missing right now?
I would be missing AVID and ASB.
Oh, okay.
I would be missing civics and pottery.
Civics and pottery? Yeah. Oh, it's two separate classes. Okay, I was going to.
I wouldn't be missing anything because I have my first 2 periods off for running start.
Oh, cool. You three and the two lovely ladies who are just off screen, you're going to be thick as thieves for about the next 8 months. So, and you have two of the best royalty chaperones around. Are you looking forward to that bonding relationship, because it never goes away?
Yes, I've grown up in the high school with Deb, and so I am super duper excited. She's always been one of my favorite employees at Eastmont, and I've gotten to know Terry, and I think just being surrounded by all of these girls, they're all so sweet, and the chaperones are amazing, and so I am so excited just to create that bond.
Before we answer this, we're running a little low time. I want to make sure I get this out of the way. You got $7,000 with a scholarship. You have a $10,000 scholarship. You got a $5,000 scholarship. What are you going to do with that $7,000 in tuition money? What's the plan with that?
I'm hoping to go to Gonzaga to study neuroscience.
Cool. And go ahead, Your Royal Highness.
I'm planning on going to either Montana State University or University of Miami to study nursing.
Miami in Florida or Miami of Ohio?
Florida.
Smart move there.
I am going to Montana State University to study fish and ecology conservation.
Oh, cool. So we could have a couple of bobcats
Yes.
in the same room. I can't believe I actually remembered the name of the mascot for Montana State. That's pretty good for a guy who's been on vacation for the last 2 weeks. At what point do you, this is for all three of you, at what point are you going to be able to just be a senior girl in high school, or is everything going to change between now and the day you get your cap and gown?
I think for me, everything has changed. I don't think I'll just be a senior high school girl, but I also don't think I ever was just a senior high school girl. And we have a lot of responsibility now and people looking at us and things that we need to tend to. So life has definitely changed from here on out.
Any particular part of the Apple Blossom Festival proper that you're looking forward to more than anything else besides, presiding over it and that crazy busy 10 days for you? What are you looking forward to as royalty for the Apple Blossom Festival?
I think I'm mostly looking forward to just getting to know my community and meeting people and talking to kids and seeing their excited faces. And we experienced that actually at our brunch already, and it was really exciting.
Same question for Your Royal Highness. Of the Apple Blossom sanctioned events, as royalty, what are you looking forward to the most?
I'm definitely most excited for the Grand Parade. That's been a big dream of mine, is to actually be in that. So I'm so excited. Just go through the Grand Parade, be able to take pictures with all the little kids. I think that's going to be my favorite part for sure.
Same question, your favorite part as royalty for the 107th festival?
I'm really excited for the youth parade because it's on my birthday this year, and I was
Oh.
born on the youth parade, so it's really a full circle moment for me. And I know and work with a lot of kids in the valley, so I'm sure that'll be really exciting.
And it should be noted that we will have the Technoplex Youth Parade. You got to get all the sponsorships in, or Darcy yells at you. And the Smoke Growers Grand Parade here on the NCW Life channel. I've been told by past royalty, going back more than 50 years, the moment for you and for the two of you that it really hits you is when the Apple Blossom Float crests the hill at a rondo, and the sea of humanity around the courthouse and the people in Memorial Park. That's when it kind of goes, wow, okay, this is kind of big.
I'm so excited for that moment. I think it's probably going to hit so hard because I think it's a moment everybody that's run for Apple Blossom or even thought about as like a little kid just dreams about. And seeing all those girls do it in years past and having the opportunity to actually go and do it, I think is just going to be an unreal experience.
Tiaras, you used to them yet? I mean, I've talked to past royalty, and they said after a while you forget you even have it on your head. But it takes some getting used to, doesn't it?
It's definitely leaving a little bit of a mark. I take it off and I just have a boop boop with my hair, but I mean, they're fun to wear. They're just, you have to kind of be careful with your head movements or else it'll flop off.
The judges get 5 stars. They did a great job. Again, it's a job I would not want to have. But there they are, your royal court for the 107th Washington State Apple Blossom Festival. They'll be all over the Wenatchee Valley right up until that first week in May, and then boom, they're off doing festivals all the way through summer. Break a leg, great job, by the way, on Saturday night, because it's not just a pageant. You have to entertain an audience, and all 10 of you did great, I thought.
Thank you.
Yeah. We're going to take a break and come back with the weather forecast. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
News, weather, and sports. It's all here weekdays at 5, 6, and 10 on your local news source, the NCW Life channel.
You build more than projects. You build what communities rely on. When the job site runs on results, put Kubota to work. Backed by expert service and support from your local Kubota dealer. Right now, bring home select Kubota KX Series with 0% financing available or save up to $4,800.
When your heating or cooling system is giving you trouble, call the diagnostic doctor from Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Here's the culprit right here.
All joking aside, when you call Dick's, you're calling 35 years of experience at customer service right here in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's strongly believes in repairing before replacing, and they service all major brands of HVAC units.
Highlander Golf Course and Grill, your place for fun, food, and friends. Happy hour every day, 2 to 7. Try their brand new menu and famous prime rib every Saturday night. Planning a celebration? Book your holiday party, wedding, or private event, even in their exclusive simulator rooms. Highlander Golf Course and Grill, where every day is a celebration. Visit today.
Once again, the Royal Court will be out and about all over the Wenatchee Valley, as we mentioned before. This is about the quietest time right now for these lovely young ladies as we get deeper and deeper into the year. They're going to be busier and busier. Don't forget the Technoplex Youth Parade. Don't forget the Smoke Growers Grand Parade. They'll be going to service clubs. They'll be going to elementary schools to meet future royalty, we hope. Would you encourage kids, I believe it's 5th grade girls, to at least do the junior royalty in case they're interested in the big job?
I absolutely would. I think it's just an awesome experience all the way through, and it really just promotes leadership and self-confidence in young girls. And I think especially for young girls, that is such an important trait to have. And I think self-confidence is the biggest thing it promotes. And it's just so much fun. So I would absolutely recommend it, 100%.
Once again, the Royal Court, folks. Okay, from the National, I don't have the forecast. Malcolm, throw up the slide there. I forgot to bring the forecast in with me. In front of royalty. Shame on me. We're going to get a little bit of snow, by the way. A little bit today. The big snow event, and it's not really a big event, is going to be on Saturday. We have about a 40% chance of snow. The national weather, this is going to be unsettled weather all this week. Overnight lows, afternoon highs are going to be below normal. Probably going to not really worry about snow. Next week, they tell us, we're going to have some snow and we're going to have some cold temperatures. It's taken winter forever to get here, but it's finally here. Finally here. And so here we go. From the National Weather Service, here's your forecast. Partly sunny skies today, maybe a sunbreak or two. Outside of that, pretty cloudy, a 60% chance of something coming out of the sky. 38 for the afternoon high, 27 for the overnight low tonight. Sunshine and dry on Tuesday with a high of 38. Again, our normal afternoon high this time of the year is 42, so there's your cool trend. 26 for the overnight low on Tuesday. At least we get the longer days, over 13 hours of sunlight now. 37 on Wednesday under partly cloudy skies, 25 for the overnight low. Maybe a little bit of light snow on Thursday. Won't be hanging around. We're really keeping an eye on Saturday. Only 34 and about a 40% chance of snow. Not so much on Sunday, but again, the long-term forecast is going to be calling for lots of snow and lots of cold temperatures. All right, we're about done. We're going to go ahead. You can put the microphone down because you have to wave, unless you want to do it. Help me out with the wave. It's elbow, elbow, wrist, 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 elbow, elbow, wrist, wrist, wrist. Again, your Royal Court for the 107th Washington State Apple Blossom Festival is here. Great job, ladies. It was a great show. The entire pageant presented by Cashmere Valley Bank is available on our YouTube page. You guys are getting tired doing this. It'll be on our YouTube page. I believe it's on our Facebook page as well. So check it out if you can get a chance to watch it live. We're just going to keep doing this because we have time to kill. How much time, Malcolm? We don't want to wait for a minute. So we're just going to say goodbye, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Bye.
Highlander Golf Course and Grill, your place for fun, food, and friends. Happy hour every day, 2 to 7. Try their brand new menu and famous prime rib every Saturday night. Planning a celebration? Book your holiday party, wedding, or private event, even in their exclusive simulator rooms. Highlander Golf Course and Grill, where every day is a celebration. Visit today.
When your heating or cooling system is giving you trouble, call the diagnostic doctor from Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Here's the culprit right here.
All joking aside, when you call Dick's, you're calling 35 years of experience at customer service right here in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's strongly believes in repairing before replacing, and they service all major brands of HVAC units.